Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha and these are the headlines of the hour. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal secures the vote of confidence, 157 votes in his favor, 110 against him. Premier Dahal received less votes than in previous two floor tests. Information technology labs in community schools not being used due to lack of teachers. Government furnishes equipment but fails to provide required human resource. Students at the receiving end. The United Nations says a new land route has been used to deliver food to northern Gaza for the first time in 3 weeks. And Tribal Army defeat APF by 4 wickets to reach the semi-finals of the Koshi Province Trophy T20 cricket tournament. Lumini also into the semis despite losing to Nepal Police by 8 wickets. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has received the vote of confidence for the 3rd time in 14 months. Premier Dahal received 157 votes in his favor, while 110 lawmakers voted against him, with 1 opted to not vote. Today's meeting of the House of Representatives was attended by 268 parliamentarians. Dahal had the support of CPN Maoist Center, CPN UML, Rashtriya Swatantra Party, Janata Samajwadi Party, CPN Unified Socialist and Nagrik Unmukti Party. Nepali Congress, Rashtriya Prajatantra Party, Loktantrik Samajwadi Party, Janmat Party and Nepal Mazdoor Kisan Party did not provide support to the Premier. Prime Minister Dahal had to take the vote of confidence as former ruling alliance broke apart on 4th of March. Earlier, as he addressed the parliament and proposed for the confidence vote, Premier Dahal had said that Nepali Congress had betrayed him on various occasions and his government had struggled to give momentum to development plans. He had also clarified that he had not betrayed Nepali Congress. Dahal assumed the position of the executive head on 25th of December 2022. He took the first floor test on 10th of January 2023, receiving 268 votes. Almost 2 months later, after changes in the ruling alliance equation, Dahal had taken the vote of confidence again on 20th of March. He had received 172 votes then. In our Public Voice segment, today we have asked people in several provinces, what should the Prime Minister do to gain the public's confidence? Let's take a look at what they had to say.
जनताबाट गएर जनताको मन जितेर जनताको मनोबल बढाउने जनजीविकाको सवालमा उहाँले काम गरे भए त जनताले उहाँलाई चाहिँ त्यो स्थितिमा पुर्याउँदै हुन्थ्यो।
प्रधानमन्त्रीले महिनामा 2 महिनामै फेरबदल गरेपछि त कसरी जनताको चाहिँ विश्वास जित्न सकेका छन्।
जे चाहिँ अहिलेका समस्याहरू छन् जनताका तत्काल समाधान गर्न पर्ने विषयहरू तीतिर चाहिँ ध्यान केन्द्रित गर्नुपर्छ।
भ्रष्टाचारमा जो मुछिनु भएको छ उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ कारबाहीको दायरामा ल्याउने,
जनताहरूको बीचमा आएर सोधिदिनु पर्यो, विश्वासको मत लिदिनु पर्यो, तर त्यस्तो छैन। यहाँ जो सत्तामा छ भागभण्डा मिल्यो, आफू प्रधानमन्त्री बन्यो, देश गयो भाडमा, जनता गयो भाडमा, यस्तै चलिरहेछ। यहाँ
देश कस्तो चलिरहेछ त्यो अवस्था छैन, बिजनेस व्यापार चलिरहेछ त्यो अवस्था छैन। आफ्नो नेताहरू आफ्नो खाली फाइदाहरू हेरिरहेछ।
जनताले चुनेर जनताले नै ल्याउनु पर्ने प्रावधान भएको भए त प्रधानमन्त्री जनताप्रति उत्तरदायी हुनुहुन्थ्यो।
बेरोजगारीलाई रोजगारीमा परिणत गरेर महँगीलाई चाहिँ सस्तोमा चाहिँ परिणत गरे भने मात्रै बल्ल जनताको मनमा बस्न सक्नुहुन्छ।
युवालाई चाहिँ विदेश जानबाट रोक्नका लागि चाहिँ एउटा खाका ल्याउन्, एउटा योजना ल्याउन्, उनीहरूको मन जितुन्, बस भ्रष्टाचार अन्त्य हुनु पर्यो।
जनपक्षीय कामहरूलाई चाहिँ प्रभावकारी ढंगले अगाडि बढाउनु पर्छ।
Several leaders exchanged verbal volleys at the parliament today as Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal prepared to take the vote of confidence. Chairperson of CPN UML from the ruling alliance, KP Sharma Oli, stated that Nepali Congress had betrayed them time and again, resulting in instability. Oli said Nepali Congress began the series of instability in the national politics by changing the government equation within 2 months last year. Oli said Prime Minister Dahal and himself had a big role to play in the formation of the current alliance. Nepali Congress, meanwhile, raised question on Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Ravi Lamichhane regarding the issue of victims of microfinances and cooperatives. Nepali Congress General Secretary Vishnu Prakash Sharma said his party could not lend support to the Prime Minister, saying he forgot the commitment made to the public. Lawmaker Mahindra Rai Yadav claimed that the current coalition was in favor of the nation, saying that the previous alliance was unnatural. He added that the current agreement was for political stability and amendment of the Constitution. Rashtriya Swatantra Party's Swarnim Wagle clarified that the party had not joined the government to dent any plans and said that they would quit the government if they fail to deliver. Rashtriya Prajantra Party Chair Rajendra Lingden opined that the current alliance was solely made to sustain power and said his party would stay away from the game. The government implemented information technology IT learning at community schools since the past 12 years. This was followed by the installation of ICT labs in schools and the expansion of access to the internet. More than 15,000 community schools now have computer labs. However, more than 8 billion rupees in government investments have been going to waste due to lack of human resource. Each school has been receiving 650,000 rupees to establish the ICT lab. Likewise, one teacher from each school is being provided with 5 days of computer training, which has fallen short. As a result, 40% of the ICT labs across the country have yet to come into operation. The Bhaktapur Janak Siddhi Kali Secondary School, that has 200 students, for instance, had established the ICT lab some 4 years ago. However, it has yet to come to use due to lack of human resource. Out of 28,000 community schools across the country, 15,000 have ICT labs. Meanwhile, theoretical and practical lessons for computer have been included in the academic curriculum from lower grades, with majority community schools being equipped with IT laboratories. The government has distributed laptops, computers, and smart boards, among others, at federal, provincial, and local levels for e-learning. However, at the lack of skilled human resource and courses, the plan of teaching IT to students from an early stage has not been effective. For instance, the Gokundeshwar Bal Mandir Secondary School started including computer subject for students of grades 1 to 8 since some 8 years ago. However, due to lack of teachers and human resource to maintain the computer lab, the school has discontinued computer classes since 4 years. 30 computers and support devices have been staying idle since then. Elsewhere, in the Trivandrum Secondary School in Taplejung's Meringden Rural Municipality, 2 rooms are full of laptops and desktops. However, the school does not have computer teacher. The story is similar for Saraswati Satan Secondary School of Sunsari, Itari. The government has invested at least 700,000 rupees in each school to support IT classes. Monitors, keyboards, mice, CPUs, and printers in majority of the community schools in Koshi province are collecting dust. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, what do you think the government should immediately do in order to address the issue of victims of loan sharks? 30% voted for A, remission of illegally issued loans, 45% for B, action against loan sharks, and 25% for C, provide full authority to concerned commission. And here's today's question. Why has information technology related teaching started by the government in community schools not been effective? Your options are A, height of negligence, B, feeble plans, and C, lack of manpower. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. We'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. Interest rates are expected to go down from the Nepalese month of Chaitra, which begins tomorrow. 17 banks have reduced the interest rates on deposits, while 2 have maintained the existing rate. The increase in remittance has raised deposits. However, loans have not taken momentum. Considering the growing liquidity, In order to control expenses, banks have reduced interest rates along with interest on loans. Banks have maintained the interest rate at 7.75% average, which has been revised down to 7.24%. It's time now for the international update. The United Nations says a new land route has been used to deliver food to northern Gaza for the first time in 3 weeks. The Israeli military said 6 trucks from the World Food Program crossed via a gate in the Gaza border fence. It added that last night's delivery was part of a pilot to prevent Hamas from taking over the aid. It comes amid global pressure on Israel to allow more access to the Palestinian territory for aid amid a looming famine as it continues its war on Hamas. A boat carrying 200 tons of food aid for distribution by a charity also set sail from Cyprus yesterday, inaugurating a new maritime corridor into the Palestinian territory. It is expected to arrive near Gaza tomorrow. However, it has been widely pointed out that access by road remains the quickest way to get in urgently needed supplies. The UN said the WFP convoy was able to use an Israeli military road that runs along the Gaza border fence to reach the north and deliver enough food for 25,000 people to Gaza City. The UN says at least 576,000 people in Gaza, 1/4 of the population, are one step away from famine. It warns that time is running out for the estimated 300,000 people who are isolated in the north of the territory, which UN agencies have struggled to access for several months due to Israeli restrictions, the ongoing hostilities, and a breakdown of law and order. As Gaza's humanitarian crisis deepens, Qatari and Egyptian mediators say they are continuing to push for a truce between Israel and Hamas. The war began when Hamas gunmen attacked southern Israel on 7th of October last year, killing around 1,200 people and seizing 253 hostages. The Hamas-run health ministry says more than 31,100 people have been killed in Gaza since then. It's time now for another short break. We'll be right back. It's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
Papua New Guinea thumped Nepal by 86 runs to lift the triangular T20 International Series title in Hong Kong. In the final played at Mission Road Ground in Mong Kok, Hong Kong today, Papua New Guinea were put to bat first and posted a challenging total of 171 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in the allotted 20 overs. PNG had a bad start as they lost 2 quick wickets when 14 runs were on the board in 1.4 overs and were 4 wickets down when the score was 43 in 5.2 overs. But the 5th wicket partnership between Tony Ura and Hiri Hiri added 48 runs to give some stability to the Papua New Guinea innings. PNG finally managed to post a challenging total of 171 runs, losing 8 wickets. Opener Tony Ura top scored for PNG with a quick-fire 61 off 37 balls, hitting 4 sixes and 5 fours. Ali Now also smashed 30 runs off just 10 balls with the help of 3 sixes and 1 four and remained not out. Akash Chand and Kushal Bhurtel with 3 wickets each were the most successful Nepali bowlers. Karan Keshi and Gulshan Jha also claimed a wicket each for Nepal. Chasing a victory target of 172 runs, Nepal were bowled out in 16.3 overs for a paltry score of 85 runs. Nepal kept losing wickets from the beginning of their innings and were 4 wickets down when only 37 runs were on the board in 7.1 overs. The 5th wicket partnership between Sandeep Jora and Arif Sheikh tried to revive the innings, adding 27 runs, but after Jora was out when the score was 64 in 10.3 overs, wickets kept tumbling at regular intervals and Nepal were bowled out after scoring 85 runs. Nepal lost their last 6 wickets, adding just 21 runs. Jora top scored for Nepal with 17 runs. Kabua Moria, Simo Kamia, Chad Soper and Sesebao all claimed 2 wickets each for Papua New Guinea, while Ali Now also took a wicket. After the Nepali team returns home from this series, the country's senior team will play 2 T20 matches against Ireland A on home ground on 24th and 25th of this month. Nepal A will then play 3 T20 and 3 one-day matches against Ireland A. Right after that, Nepal will depart on a tour to India, following which Nepal will participate in the ACC Men's Premier Cup, scheduled to be held in Oman from 12th to 21st of April. Tribhuvan Army Club defeated Nepal Armed Police Force Club by 4 wickets to advance into the semi-finals of the Koshi Province Trophy National T20 Cricket Tournament, remaining undefeated. In the Group A match played at the Baijnathpur ground in Biratnagar today, Armed Police Force batted first after losing the toss and were bowled out in 19.2 overs after posting 139 runs. Sumit Marjan was the leading run scorer for APF, scoring run a ball 33. Sumit Shrestha was the pick of the Tribhuvan Army bowlers, grabbing 3 wickets. In reply, Tribhuvan Army Club romped home, scoring 142 runs in 18.3 overs, losing 6 wickets. Bashir Ahmed top scored for the Army team with an unbeaten 46 off 39 balls. Bhuvan Karki and Yagyaman Kumal were the leading wicket takers for APF, claiming 2 wickets each. With the win, Tribhuvan Army topped Group A, securing 8 points from 4 matches. APF are at the bottom of the group in 5th place with 2 points from 3 matches. Meanwhile, in the Group B match played at the same ground today, Nepal Police Club thumped Lumbini Province by 8 wickets. Despite the loss, Lumbini have advanced into the semi-finals, topping the group with 6 points from 4 matches. Anfa Morang defeated host Dharan Football Club 5-4 in a penalty shootout to book a spot in the final of the 24th edition of the Budasubba Gold Cup. In the first semi-final played at the Dharan Stadium today, Dharan were down to 10 men after Praveen Bujel was red-carded in the 32nd minute as he received his second yellow for a rough tackle on Morang player Bhuvan Basne. Morang failed to take advantage of the situation as they missed some opportunities to score. Dharan also missed a good chance to take the lead in the 60th minute as Binod Rai's strike was well saved by Morang goalkeeper Purna Chemjong. The match had to be decided through a penalty shootout as 90 minutes of regulation play ended in a goalless stalemate. Morang's Ashok Khawas, Dhiren Chetri, Simon Limbu, Aditya Shakya and Sagar Tiwari all converted their spot kicks. Meanwhile, Dharan's Dorje Tamang, Bijay Rai, Anil Rai and Sugam Jimmy converted their penalty kicks, while Morang custodian Purna Chemjong saved Milan Rai's effort and Anfa Morang lifted the title. Morang goalkeeper Purna was declared the man of the match. In tomorrow's semi-final, Kakarbita Football Training Center Jhapa will clash against Neuro team NRT. The title decider is scheduled for this Saturday. For the moment, thank you for watching. Good night.